Welcome to the village. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're talking about mental health. Why? Because mental health matters. If you're not taking care of your mental health, I don't know what you're doing. Come on. We have to take care of our physical, emotional, and mental health. I've been talking about it all month. This is May. That means it's Mental Health Awareness Month and the village, we've been talking about self care and mental health and different tips and advice so that we can take care of our mental health. You have to be intentional about taking care of you. So, all month, we've been sharing tips. And today, I have an awesome guest to tell us more about mental health. Well, who am I? I'm Dr. Roz Gaskins, CEO and founder of the Village Leadership Group, LLC, where we coach teacher leaders to identify their strengths, develop their leadership skills, and reignite their passion for teaching and learning so that they can have a greater impact in their schools and community. So, again, guys, welcome to the village. We have with us today Dr. LaShonda Jackson Dean. She is an awesome speaker, author, coach. She does it all. But one of the things that she's an advocate for mental health. And she's going to share with us some tips that she shared with her coaching clients about mental health. Because why? Mental health matters. So, welcome, Dr. Jackson Dean.
Hello, thank you for the invitation, Dr. Gaskin. How are you?
I'm well. So, again, guys, we're talking about mental health because mental health matters. And we want to talk about some tips and strategies so that we can be intentional about our mental health. So, Dr. Jackson Dean, can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Absolutely. Hello, I'm Dr. LaShonda Jackson Dean, CEO and owner of Jackson Dean Investments as well as JDI Multimedia Network. I am a TV talk show queen, the pen slayer,
Yes.
multiple national, international best-selling author, as well as multiple national, international empowerment speaker. And so I am an author, as I said. I have published 8 books, bestseller as well, 8, and I also have been a um, a co-author or a contributing author to five other five other and compilations, and I just completed another anthology entitled "The Invisibles," which deals with sexual awareness, sexual assault awareness. And previous to that, the Pivot Anthology. I know everybody know about the Pivot, and that's one of the worldwide biggest books, and so that's who I
Yes.
am. I have a TV talk show, just so you know, moment with a twist, TV talk show where I highlight
Awesome.
different entrepreneurs in regards to what they do and showcase their businesses and their services. So look us up.
All right. Well, awesome. You've been busy. So,
Absolutely,
with
I'm
that
always
being
busy.
Yes, with that being said, I'm sure that you are intentional about taking care of you and making sure that you are intentional about taking care of your mental health. So, we want to
Absolutely.
share some tips. So, help me share these tips. So, the first thing is about, I want to share with our audience is that you need to be intentional about your mental health and be reflective. Like at the end of a long day or end of the week, be reflective. Take some time out and pause and really think about your day, think about your emotions for that day, your feelings, your thoughts. And if you need to journal, do something so that you can kind of pause and reflect about your thoughts, your thinking, your mood, because you need to take stock on where you are. So be reflective. That's my first tip. What you think, Dr. Jackson Dean?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just about to say journal. Journaling is so important and it's so, I don't know, it helps you out. So it's a cathartic type
Yes.
mechanism to use to just unwind and to reflect over your day and reflect over your thoughts. One thing that I recommend with my clients to do is to keep a journal or a notebook on the side of your bed. Because I'm one of those people, I don't know about anyone else. I'm one of those people, I could be asleep and all of a sudden I wake up with a thought. And so I have my notebook right there. I could grab my notebook and jot down different things, different ideas, or different thoughts that's running through my head. And at the time, it may not really make sense because it's in the wee hours of the night. But on the next day, when I'm able to go back over it and, just go back into thought, what was I thinking at the time? I'm able to pull all the pieces together. And so you could do the same as far as journaling, as far as taking notes for your day, is to be able to go back and reflect on all the things that you have already written and figure out what it is that your body or your mind was trying to speak to you at the time. And, and just pull all those thoughts together.
Awesome. And then the second thing that we need to do, after you're being reflective, is to be proactive. If you notice that your thoughts are going left, or maybe you're not able to cope with the different emotions and feelings, and you're feeling, down and depressed, you need to seek help. So be proactive. Don't wait too long. Just go ahead, pick up the phone, call that friend, call that minister, call that therapist, that counselor, someone that can, kind of guide you and support you and get you help. And I think that that's one of the things that we don't do. So even if you're being reflective, you can kind of, sometimes just ignore it or just wait too long before you seek help. So we want you to be proactive. If you're not feeling right, if you're not getting over those sad feelings or dark moments, seek help. So be proactive. What you think?
Absolutely. You're saying it all. I mean, all I can do is say I concur. Especially in the African American, the Black community, sometimes we frown on getting psychological or any type of assistance, mental health assistance, when we really shouldn't. Because I feel like that if we're able to get professional help and able to sit down and talk to someone about what we're going through, what we're experiencing, and that it's not just all in my head, what's going on, this is actually happening, or this has actually happened, and you're able to sit down and talk to someone and talk it out with a professional, and they're able to take those pieces and pull together a whole puzzle. But when we don't go and get any type of assistance, mental health or psychiatry, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, sometimes it's just speaking with your clergy, or speaking with a trusted friend about what's going on. Sometimes those people, if you can't get to the mental and the professional help, sometimes you have to start meet people where they are. Sometimes you have to just start where you are, where you can go. And so if the closest you can get to seeking help is a dear friend, hey, jump on it. And maybe that person will be able to help you pull those pieces together and figure out what's going on so that you can move from step 1 to step 2. A lot of times we can't move to the next step because we're so fragmented. Our thoughts are so fragmented, and the things that are going on with us, those things are fragmented as well. And so until we're able to actually pull together one picture of what's going on, and it just may be a small picture. It may not be the whole picture. It may just be the picture in the picture, Right. And so until we're able to pull all the pieces together, put that picture together, we really are just stuck in that one area. But when we're able to pull it together and get that one picture together, then we could pull the next piece for the next picture, and then the next picture, and then the next picture. But we have got to make it, we have to learn to accept that it's okay to seek help if you need it.
Yes,
that's crazy.
Definitely.
That's almost like your house is on fire. You see it's on fire. You have the phone in your hand to call for help, and you just sit there and watch your house burn.
Right.
What sense does that make?
It doesn't make any sense. I'm so glad you said that. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you said that. And during this pandemic, so many of us are dealing with so many stressors, so many different things going on in our families. We're losing loved ones. Some of us are losing our jobs. So we're already going through a lot of stress. And
Absolutely.
especially with teachers dealing with virtual distance learning and hybrid instruction. So it's a lot of stress right now.
Mhm.
So it's really good to kind of pause and really say, well, am I getting over these feelings? Or do I need help? Because if you see that you're still, in a rut after a week, after a month, after 6 months, and you need to definitely seek help. And that's what we're here to kind of encourage you to do so. Because we don't want you to, not take advantage of all of the support systems and opportunities that's out there because we want you to seek help. So please, 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 if you are going through any type of situation and you know that you need support, please pick up the phone, go online, do something, and seek help. And I like what you said. Sometimes you just have to, talk to a friend first. You have to have that person that you can go to, and then that person may say, "Sis, I'll go with you. I'll help you." Because you need that person that can hold you accountable and say, you know what, you're getting out of the bed, you're taking a shower, you're putting on some clothes, and we're going to get help. So that is so, so important. And I really want to, spread that message, like you said. We have to make this normal for us to
Yes.
talk about seeking help, and not be ashamed to say, you know what, I have a counselor, I have a therapist, I have someone that I talk to on a regular basis about my feelings and about my mental health. Because again, mental health matters, and that's what we're talking about today. So
And
again, guys,
PTSD is real.
yes,
PTSD is real. And a lot of people want to attribute PTSD to military. Yes, it is a military syndrome as well. I'm prime military myself, Air Force, aim high.
yes, hey,
But but PTSD, post traumatic stress syndrome or disorder, whichever you want to call it, can be reflected on different types of experiences, not
yeah, it's
just
trauma.
military. It's
Trauma.
just
That's
trauma.
all it is. Yeah, it's
It's
trauma.
trauma. It's something that you relive and relive. You sleep at night and you dream about it. You during the day you're woke and you think about it, and it is something you just relive that thought over and over, that experience over and over. So yes, we need to normalize getting some assistance, some type of professional help.
Definitely. So within our communities, while we're going to our brunch parties, our drive-by celebrations, and we're sitting around the table or sitting around at the barbecue, and you're catching up with your friends, and you're talking about what you're doing on a regular basis, can you slip in that you went and saw a counselor, a therapist, or you call someone? In my family, that is something that we are normalizing. It's okay
Right.
to talk about seeking help. It's not taboo, like, oh, you're crazy, something's wrong with you. No, I'm taking care of me. I'm taking care of my mental health.
Absolutely.
We take care of our bodies. We go to the gym. We take care of our hair. We go to the salon. We need to take care of our mental health as well. And go
Absolutely.
lay on the couch. I always say we need some couch time. You might need a little therapist. So I want to talk to you too because as you guys know, those of you who are joining in, um, I'm Dr. Roz. I'm the leadership coach within the village. I'm also a certified life coach because I combine those types, two types of coaching to provide services for my teacher leaders. And also that Dr. Jackson Dean also have clients that she coach as well. So I want you to talk a little bit about the difference between coaching and counseling because there's two different things.
It is. It is two totally different things. With coaching, you're doing it as a like a partnership,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much. And so we're devising a plan that you feel like a goal. There's a goal that you want to meet. There's a
Yes.
goal you want to attain. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to work with you because maybe you don't know how to get from step one to step two. Or maybe you really don't, you can't put into words what your goal really is. So myself or Dr. Gaskin would be that person who's going to come in to assist you with formalizing what your goal is and the steps you need to take in order to reach your goal. Now, we're
Awesome.
going to be with you and we're going to work with you through what you're doing. That's what coaching is. Now, therapy is when you have a situation going on, such as, like we said, a mental health situation. And that person is seeking assistance of how they can move away from this area of their
Right.
life.
Well, exactly. What I like to say too, for coaching, we're helping you to reach your goals for the future, where
Right.
a counselor or a therapist is going to help you overcome something that happened in the past.
Already, yes,
So that is
exactly.
something.
So
So
helping you move away from something that they're already
yes,
going through.
exactly. So a coach and a therapist can work. You can go see both at the
Simultaneously.
same time. But
Mm-hmm.
notice when you call me, I'm going to help you reach that goal for the future. So I always want
Absolutely.
people to know that there is a difference. So as we're talking about Mental Health Awareness Month, I do want to let people know that when you call Dr. Roz, you're calling for coaching, not counseling, because there is a big difference. Because we want you to seek mental health. If you need it,
Absolutely.
definitely call a counselor, call a professional and seek help. So that's part of being proactive, seeking help, not waiting, not prolonging it, and just get on the phone, call someone, and seek help. And then the last thing is be patient with yourself.
Yeah.
Give yourself grace. Your journey is your journey. And so you have to not compare yourself with anyone else and not,
Absolutely.
get discouraged because your story doesn't look like the next person's story, or why me, why I have to deal with this. Why am I going through these trials and tribulations? What God has for you is for you.
It's
So
for
be
you.
patient with yourself, give yourself grace, and just follow those steps. Whatever the professional is telling you to do, follow the advice, and you'll get through it. But you have to be patient with yourself. It's not going to happen overnight. One session may not work. So be patient with yourself, give yourself grace, love yourself, and take care of you, and you're going to be all right.
Yeah,
Dr. Jackie Dean.
self-love is very important.
Yes,
If you can't love yourself, you don't love yourself, you definitely can't love anyone else. And
definitely.
so you have to take the time out to learn yourself. Uh, that's very important, to know yourself. To know yourself, to take time to learn yourself so that you know yourself. And that helps with identifying if you need to go for therapy. If you know yourself well enough where I'm going through some things and I normally snap back from whatever
Hmm.
I'm going through. If all of a sudden your snap is like,
Right, right. Get
you
help.
know, yeah, you know it's time for you to go seek some professional help. So
Right.
that's why self-love is so important, because when you love yourself, you know yourself. And then you move from self-love to self-care. Getting therapy, going to speak with someone for professional help, that's self-care in itself. Because
Mhm.
if all of this is not right, your mental is not right, none of this other stuff is going to be right either.
Exactly. Exactly. I love
Your
it.
work is going to be off, your focus is going to be off. Everything that you do is going to be completely off if your mental health is not in the state, in the it's not as steady as it should be.
Right. And I like what you said about your snapback.
Mm-hmm.
You're going through a situation or a trial, and you're down, feeling sad, and normally you can bounce back, like you said. You lost that job, or you didn't get that promotion that you wanted, or you lost a loved one. Then we
Right.
all grieve. We all go through a mourning process. But if it's a prolonged period of time where you can't get out of the bed, you're not eating, you can't do your normal routine, then you need to seek help. And I can say for me, for both of my boys, after I gave birth, I this experienced with postpartum depression, and it took some time for me to recognize it. And my husband, we were laughing about it at first because my hormones were all over the place. So right after you give birth, of course, your hormones are out of whack. So I'm
Absolutely.
crying, I'm laughing, I'm happy, I'm sad. But it was a long period of time that this went on. So I knew it's something bigger than just the normal, mommy blues. So I had to seek help. I had to call my friends and have them come, pray with me. I had to get help. I had to tell my doctor about it. Again, because it wasn't normal. So once again, you have to seek help. You have to surround yourself with people that's going to help you get out of it and be there. Because one of my triggers was that I didn't like to be alone in the house. And so being alone just made me depressed. So again, I had my girlfriends like, oh, I'll be there, because I was a stay-at-home mom that first year for my second son. And so if I didn't have anything to do, I just became depressed. So again, I like what you said. You have to know yourself and know your triggers. That was good, Dr. Jackson. That was good.
Absolutely. Yeah, that self-love, self-care is very important. Getting to know yourself and learning yourself. I hear some feedback.
Uh-oh.
Okay. It's yeah. We all have those too.
Exactly.
But another thing that we should know, everybody should understand that everybody's days are not going to be sunny. And if you set yourself up to believe that every day is going to be full of sunshine, that right there is a hindrance on your self-care as well. And so self-care involves reality. And so we need to get into what reality is. And what reality is that we all are going to go through different stages of our lives. We all are going to go through different events in our lives. Just like you said, with the grief, with losing a job, even with COVID. COVID was something. I had COVID last year. Oh my God, it was terrible. Wow. It was absolutely terrible. I didn't think I was going to make it. But I had to go through all of the different stages of depression and grief with that because of the situation I was going through with COVID. And I didn't know where I was going to come out. Was I going to come out better on the other side or worse? But I know what I was going through. So I had to get counseling myself because I was severely clinically depressed in regards to that. What helped me through that, along with my counseling, I have a good prayer life. And so that's one thing I recommend with any and everyone. Get you a relationship with God. And you need to really talk to him and really believe. And whatever you're asking for, whatever you talk to him about, you got to believe it for yourself. If you don't believe it, there's no need for you praying. I believe that I was going to be healed. I believe that I was going to come out better than before after this COVID and everything. And so when I did, I wasn't shocked. I believed it. I had already prayed about it. I had talked to God about it. And so he told me I was going to be fine. And so
I know that's right.
Those are those things that you have to build in your mind, and accepting yourself within yourself is your relationship with God and the things that you believe, things that you stand on. And I was standing on the truth that I knew that God was going to heal me from COVID, and He did. Amen. And I was able to go on to pull together an anthology with 19 other authors. We made a book. We created an anthology called the Pivot Anthology. Went to bestseller in 7 categories, national, international, bestseller, all over the world. Everywhere you look, everywhere you look, the Pivot Anthology. The Pivot Anthology is everywhere. Yes. All the colleges have the Pivot Anthology. That was God.
Yes. That's good right there. That's good right there.
Yes. It's going to be the same thing for the Invisibles too. The Invisibles Anthology, that's a part of self-help and self-care. That's talking about mental health issues as well. It's sexual assault awareness. That's going big too. It's going to be all over
right now. Yep.
It's done.
Done. I know that's right. So, Dr. Jackson Dean, can you tell the people a little bit more about your coaching style and your services so that when they pick up the phone and call you, they know what to expect?
Okay, I'm more of a strategist I'm a life strategist, not necessarily a coach. I'm going to be with you,
I know,
but
yeah.
I'm not gonna pull you. Okay, I'm
You
gonna
got to
talk to
do the
you.
work.
You got to do the work. You got to do
Yes,
the work. I have 2 books: Level Up, Level Up Through Mindfulness, the workbook, Level Up Through Mindfulness, the book. We're gonna work through those books. We're gonna talk about what it is that you need to get done. We're gonna strategize a plan to get you where you need to go. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you the work that you need to do, and then I'm coming back to ask you what you did.
I know that's right. Yes,
Now,
got to do the work.
you got to do the work. Now, I can't sit there and hold your hand and say, okay, well, we're going to take this step. Now, initially, I will say that. Initially, I will walk with you step by step. But once I see that you can do what you need to be done, I'm going to let go your hand, because as long as I hold your hand, I'm handicapping you.
Right.
And I don't want to handicap you. And so I'm going to let go of your hand, and I'm going to let you walk along. And every time you look over your shoulder, you walk a little closer, you look over your shoulder, I'm gonna be right there with you, walking behind you to ensure that you stay on track. But I'm not gonna pull you down the road.
All right. Y'all
Okay?
heard it here. Well, listen, you call Dr. Jackson D. She's going to help you initially, but then you have to do the work. So
You
I
got to do the
love it.
work,
I
because you're
love
not
it.
gonna have me forever. And so
Exactly.
if you stay in the mindset that you need me to hold your hand, you're never gonna get what you need done. So I'm just
Exactly.
trying, my coaching is to show you that you can do it yourself. I'm gonna show you how to do it, and I'm gonna put you on the track to get you there. And then I'm
Exactly.
gonna let you go.
Definitely. So how can people reach out to you, Dr. Jackson D? How
You
can we
can
find
you can visit me online at www.drlashondajacksondean.com. I have different areas in there where you put in your contact information to contact me from there. From there, get you a discovery call, and we'll just move forward from there.
All right, and we're going to make sure we put all of your links and contact information as well in the comments, so people can reach out to you and also find out more information about your books as well.
Absolutely.
All right. So Dr. Jackson, I want to still talk to you, so don't cut up, don't log off yet, but I still want to talk to you. So thank you, Dr. Jackson, for joining the village.
You are so welcome, and thank you so much for the invite. I hope to see you again.
Definitely. You part of the village now. We family.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. All right. That was wonderful. Listen, guys, I feel more encouraged and empowered to seek help and be proactive. We need to be intentional about our mental health. This needs to be part of our normal conversation at the dinner table, during Thanksgiving. We need to talk about, getting help for our mental health. We need to take care of our physical, emotional, and mental health as well. All right. Because mental health matters. Now, guys, you heard Dr. Jackson Dean and we talked about the steps. Be reflective, be proactive, and the last step is be patient with yourself. Give yourself grace. We're in this together, guys. Thank you for joining the village. Be sure to click on the link so that you can also, for my teachers, to sign up for a discovery call with Dr. Roz. So if you want some leadership coaching, call your girl. All right. And join the village. What are you waiting for? Click that link as well to join the village. Continue to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Village LG. That's at The Village LG. Join us on Thursday when we continue to talk about what mental health matters. See you on Thursday.